Atlanta, stop what you're doing because what just went down in the love and hip-hop universe is so explosive, it makes every past scandal look like child's play. Young Jock, the man who built his entire brand on laughs, fun, and brotherhood, just flipped the script and dropped the nastiest receipts the ATL has ever seen. And the targets, not strangers. Not outsiders, but his own wife, Kendra Robinson, and his so-called brother for life, Lil Scrappy. Jock didn't just suggest. Something shady was happening. He came with screenshots, voice notes, and even a late-night hotel clip that proves this wasn't just friends. This was a full-blown secret affair. Fans are screaming, okay? Ms. are flooding, and Twitter is on fire with hashtags like hashtag Kendra Exposed and hashtag Scrappy Snake. People can't believe what they're seeing, a marriage crumbling live. Friendships shattered in real time, and Jock breaking down in front of the world. But here's the kicker. Jock says this isn't even half of what he has. The voice memo, the blurred screenshots, that's just the beginning. And when you hear what Scrappy accidentally admitted on a private call, it's going to make your jaw drop. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be asking yourself, how could they betray Jock like this? And more importantly, what happens when the next round of receipts come out? Atlanta has seen its fair share of drama, but nothing prepared the city for the bombshell young Jock just dropped. To the outside world, Jock and Kendra Robinson look like one of the few stable marriages in the love and hip-hop universe. She was the calm, collected lawyer. He was the goofy, lovable entertainer who'd finally put his wild days behind him. Together, they sold the picture of growth, loyalty, and resilience. But what Jock just revealed tears that picture into shreds, and the world is still gasping. According to Jock himself, the trouble started quietly. He noticed Kendra acting different longer hours at the office. Late-night calls, hushed whispers in the bathroom. At first, Jock tried to shake it off. Every couple has ups and downs, right? But when the person she was whispering with turned out to be none other than Lil Scrappy, Jock's entire world came crashing down. One night, while scrolling through Kendra's phone after she left it unattended, Jock claims he saw a message pop up from Scrappy. It wasn't long, it wasn't obvious, but it was enough to set off alarm bells. Still thinking about last night, that single emoji told Jock everything he needed to know. He didn't confront her immediately. Instead, he took screenshots, emailed them to himself, and stayed silent, waiting for more. Jock wasn't just hurt, he was calculating. And that silence gave him time to gather what he now calls his arsenal of receipts. The first real confirmation came during an industry mixer in Atlanta. Kendra had told Jock she had to work late, reviewing contracts for a client. But an Instagram story surfaced showing her in the background at a rooftop bar leaning in close to Scrappy, her hand brushing his arm, both of them smiling in a way that screamed intimacy. Jock says the clip hit his DMs a dozen times before he even realized what he was looking at. At first I thought, nah, maybe it's just the angle. Maybe people are reaching, he admitted on his IG Live. But deep down, I already knew. Didn't stop there. Just a week later, hotel staff allegedly leaked keycard entry data showing Kendra on Scrappy's floor at exactly 3:17 a.m. She didn't exit until almost 6:40 a.m. That's over 3 hours unaccounted for 3 hours. Jock says Kendra never mentioned. When he asked her where she'd been, she brushed him off with a vague, "I had to meet with a client downtown." Jock said nothing, but his heart was breaking. Then came the voice memo. Jock told fans he stumbled on it by accident when he backed up Kendra's phone. The memo wasn't long, just 25 seconds, but what he heard, he claims, left him trembling. 2 voices, one male, one female, whispering. Jock swears the female voice was Kendra, the male unmistakably Scrappy. In the clip, the woman says, "If he ever finds out, it's over. But I can't stop thinking about that night." The man responds with a low laugh. "Then don't stop." Jock says he played the memo 10 times. each time hoping he was wrong. But he wasn't. That was the breaking point. He knew he had to go public, not just for himself, but to stop the whispers, the lies, and the humiliation. So Jock went live, and the world tuned in. Visibly emotional, Jock sat in front of his phone, shaking his head. His normally smooth voice cracked as he said, "I gave her everything. I made sacrifices. I defended her when people said she wasn't right for me. And she does this with Scrappy, a dude I treated like a brother." Then, with trembling hands, Jock held up his first stack of receipts printouts of text messages. Fans squinted as the blurry screenshots scrolled across his screen. In one alleged exchange, Kendra wrote, "You're the only one who sees me that way. Jock doesn't even notice anymore." Scrappy responded, "That's why we connect. A kiss? Wasn't just a mistake. It meant something." At that moment, the live chat exploded. Emojis flew. Viewers screamed. Hashtags like #Kendra exposed and #Scrappy snake immediately started trending. One fan typed in all caps, "Jock, get out of there, she played you." Another wrote, "Scrappy broke bro code. Ain't no coming back from this." And then the memes started, pictures of Jock crying edited with clown noses. Captions like "She belongs to the streets" spreading like wildfire. Jock had become the center of the internet's most vicious storm. But Jock wasn't done. He said he wanted the world to hear exactly what Scrappy told him when he confronted him privately. Jock played an audio clip of their conversation. In the clip, Scrappy is defensive, denying everything at first. "It wasn't like that, bro," he insisted. "You trippin'? You reading too much into it?" But then he slipped, Scrappy said. "One thing led to another. We was just vibing, man. That's all Jock needed." That one sentence confirmed what he feared most. His wife and his friend had crossed the line, and they weren't even careful about hiding it. Jock's face twisted with anger as he replayed the snippet twice for his viewers. "You hear that?" he asked. He admitted it, straight out his mouth. Social media went into full meltdown. Twitter users dragged Kendra for risking it all, roasted Scrappy for betraying Jock, and debated whether Jock should have aired it out in public or handled it privately. Even celebrities chimed in. Carly Red liked a shady tweet. Spice posted a cryptic broken heart emoji, and Erica Mena left a comment saying simply SMH. Not surprised, but the wildest twist. Jock revealed that what he showed was just the tip of the iceberg. He claims he has more voice notes, more DMs, and even a hotel receipt that ties everything together. And he promised he would release them all if Kendra or Scrappy dared to deny what he exposed. Now the question is, how will Kendra respond? Will she fight back, admit everything, or flip the script with a shocking counter receipt of her own? Because what happened after Jock's live made the internet scream even louder. If part one was Jock opening the floodgates, what happened next was the full-on tsunami. Because the minute Jock ended his emotional live, the internet demanded a response. Kendra couldn't stay silent forever. And when she finally spoke, she did it with the sharpness of an attorney ready to defend her case. At first, Kendra went the denial route. In a now-deleted Instagram story, she posted a black screen with white text. "Y'all believe anything y'all see online? Don't get played." It was short, cold, and dismissive. But the problem? Jock had already given the people just enough proof to doubt her. Fans immediately flooded her comments, calling her out. "If it's fake, why haven't you posted the full messages? Why you in Scrappy's hotel at 3 a.m. then?" The pressure only grew when gossip blogs reposted Jock's Live in Full, clocking millions of views in hours, and then Scrappy decided to jump in. Big mistake. Instead of denying it, Scrappy went on IG Live of his own. His energy was different from Kendra's sit. Wasn't calm, it wasn't cold. It was defensive, angry man. "This clown Jock trying to play with my name," Scrappy said. "Pacing back and forth, ain't nothing going on. People making something out of nothing, but fans weren't buying it. Because the more Scrappy talked, the guiltier he sounded. At one point, he snapped. "So what if we vibed? Y'all act like a vibe is a crime." That single line sent shockwaves. Jock's vibe receipts were already out there. Now Scrappy himself just admitted it publicly. Within minutes, Twitter dragged him with memes, like Scrappy. It was just a vibe and photoshopped images of Kendra holding Scrappy's hand with captions like "Vibe Partners, Vibe Partners." Jock, watching it all unfold, decided to go nuclear. Hours later, he posted a screen recording of his private messages with Kendra, showing her texting. "Don't listen to Jock. He's emotional. You know, what we had was real. I'll never regret." That night, the messages weren't time-stamped, and skeptics tried to argue they could be fake. But the language that night was enough to convince most fans. It lined up perfectly with the hotel footage Jock claimed to have. The timeline was too tight to ignore, and then the biggest twist of all came when Jock revealed he wasn't the only one with evidence. A fan page leaked audio of what they swear is Kendra and Scrappy arguing on the phone after Jock's live went viral. In the clip, a woman's voice says, "I told you we should have been more careful. Now everything's blowing up." The man responds, "Man, stop stressing. Jock been out here doing his dirt too." Boom. Suddenly the scandal turned into a war of accusations. Was Jock innocent? Or had he also been unfaithful, making this mess even deeper? Fans debated nonstop. Team Kendra versus Team Jock. Hashtags began trending, with people digging up Jock's past cheating scandals to argue that maybe this was karma. But Jock wasn't having it. He went live again, tears in his eyes but anger in his voice. He said, "Don't. Y'all dare try to flip this on me. I've been faithful since the day I married her. I gave her my heart, my trust, my everything. If she want to lie and say I cheated, bring the proof. Until then, the only people exposed here are her and Scrappy." His passion reignited sympathy from fans. Screenshots flooded timelines of people tweeting things like, "I believe Jock, his pain too real to fake." And Kendra's lawyer mouthpiece, "Won't save her this time." Meanwhile, the industry started reacting. Spice posted a shady video dancing to her own track with the caption, "Don't mess with my man. I'll be the one to break it to ya." Erica Dixon uploaded a story with the words, "I told y'all years ago," and Carly read. She was live with fans, sipping wine and saying, "Chilly, if I told y'all what I know." Before cutting herself off, the situation escalated. Further, when Jock revealed that Scrappy actually showed up at his house after the live trying to clear the air. Jock said Scrappy stood on his doorstep pleading, "Bro, don't let the internet destroy us. It wasn't like that. You know I love you, man," but Jock wasn't moved. He recorded part of the exchange from his Ring camera and played it during his next stream. The footage shows Scrappy pacing, his voice desperate, saying, "It was one time, man, one time." Fans froze. The final nail in the coffin. Scrappy confirmed it wasn't just a vibe, it was physical, and it happened at least once. The comment section went insane. One time is all IT takes. Scrappy out here confessing like Usher. Jock better file those divorce papers today. But here's where things got really wild. After Scrappy's desperate visit, Kendra finally broke her silence with a full statement. In a 5-slide Notes app post, she wrote, "She loves Jock deeply and never meant to hurt him. She admitted to being too close, to Scrappy emotionally. She denied anything physical ever happened. She accused Jock of twisting the truth for sympathy. She begged fans to respect their marriage while they worked things out privately. It sounded like damage control. But fans weren't convinced, especially with Scrappy's own words contradicting her. Memes flew in seconds. Kendra's post screenshotted with the caption, "Lawyered up lies." Others joked she'd better not try this case in court because the jury already convicted her. And yet some fans sided with Kendra, arguing Jock should have never gone public. "Marriage is private," one wrote. "Why embarrass her? Like, that if you still love her," another said. Jock clowning himself. Handle it behind closed doors. But then, just as the internet was split down the middle, a new leak surfaced that turned everything upside down. A text thread, allegedly between Kendra and a friend, revealed Kendra saying, "I can't keep pretending. If the truth comes out, it's over. Jock will never forgive me." That leak reignited the firestorm, putting Kendra right back in the hot seat by the end of the night. 3 things were clear. Jock wasn't backing down, Scrappy had exposed himself, and Kendra was scrambling to hold on to whatever was left of her image. But the question still remained, what would happen next? Because Jock hinted at one last piece of evidence so shocking, so devastating, that it would silence all doubts. And when he finally revealed it, the internet lost its mind all over again. If the first 2 waves of Jock's receipts left Atlanta reeling, what came next tore the entire reality TV world apart. Jock had promised there was more, and when he finally revealed the last piece of his evidence, it wasn't just a twist, it was a bomb that left fans speechless. Days after Kendra's long lawyer-style notes app defense, Jock went live again. But this time, he wasn't crying, wasn't broken. He was angry cold, focused, and holding something in his hand that would change everything. A manila folder filled with what he called the nastiest receipts y'all ever seen. Jock didn't waste time. He pulled out a hotel invoice dated the exact night Kendra claimed she was working late. The bill wasn't in Jock's name. It wasn't in Kendra's either. It was in Scrappy's. The kicker. The receipt showed 2 meals ordered at 4 a.m. and a spa charge for in-room couples massage. Jock slapped the papers against the table as if he was delivering closing arguments in court. Fans watching the live screamed in the comments, "It's over, she's done. You can't talk your way out of a couple's massage." But Jock wasn't finished. He then played a voicemail Kendra allegedly left Scrappy after that night. Her voice was shaky, soft, almost romantic. "I hate how this happened, but I don't regret it. Please don't call me today." Jock's acting suspicious. Moment the voicemail ended, Jock leaned into the camera. His face was tight with rage. "Y'all tell me? Is that a wife? Is that loyalty? Or is that betrayal from the woman I put my life into?" The chat went nuclear. Screenshots of the voicemail spread within minutes, trending on every platform. Gossip blogs reposted it. TikTok users made reaction videos crying, screaming, or mocking the situation. Even mainstream outlets picked it up, with headlines like "Love and Hip Hop Scandal, Jock's Wife and Scrappy Caught in Affair." Scrappy tried to fight back, going on live once again, but he only dug himself deeper. He admitted the hotel stay, but claimed Jock was making it sound worse than it was. Scrappy said, "Yeah, we was there. Yeah, it was late, but y'all blowing it up. Ain't nobody falling in love here." But to fans, that was basically an admission, one wrote. "Bro, you just confessed to cheating with your best friend's wife on camera." Another, "Scrappy really out here giving self-incrimination tutorials." Meanwhile, Kendra doubled down on denial. She reposted Bible verses about forgiveness and claimed she was being set up by the devil. But then a fan page leaked. Yet another text, allegedly from her phone, sent to Scrappy weeks before Jock's exposed, "When I'm with you, I feel alive." Jock doesn't make me feel like that anymore. It's a combination of hotel receipts, voicemails, and text leaks made it impossible to ignore. The marriage, the friendship, the facade, all of it crumbled. But here's the final twist no one expected. Just when fans thought they had the full story, Jock revealed that he had hired a private investigator months earlier. That investigator, Jock claimed, had been tracking Kendra's movements and gave him photos of her leaving a private condo with Scrappy at least twice before the hotel incident. Jock said he stayed silent until he had a case airtight enough to make a jury gasp. He dropped one of the photos live. Kendra in sweats, hair tied back, sneaking into a parking garage. Minutes later, Scrappy was caught arriving at the same spot, wearing a hoodie pulled over his head. Jock zoomed in on the timestamp. "This ain't no coincidence," he said. "It's been happening." The audience went wild. Fans were spamming comments like, "Pictures don't lie. Kendra needs to pack her bags today. Scrappy just ruined 2 families in one move." Industry insiders began weighing in. Wendy Williams-style podcasts dissected every angle. DJ academics laughed through an entire stream, calling Scrappy Atlanta's biggest backstabber. Funky Geneva dragged Kendra, saying, "Sis thought she was going to outlaw your Jock." But baby, the streets had the evidence. Even Charlemagne Thaw got jumped in during the Breakfast Club, calling it the nastiest betrayal in LHHATL history. But the internet's obsession wasn't just about the receipts. It was about Jock himself. Viewers were shocked at how vulnerable, raw, and unfiltered he was. Normally the funny guy, the clown, the energy. Jock was broken, and people felt it. Memes turned to sympathy posts. The hashtag stand with JOC began trending alongside the mocking ones. And yet, there was one more wrinkle. Scrappy's ex, Bambi, jumped into the mess. Out of nowhere, she posted a cryptic story. "Funny how y'all clowning Jock now, but I've been knew how Scrappy gets down. Good luck, sis." That sent fans spiraling. Was Bambi implying Scrappy had been doing this for years? That he couldn't be trusted with anyone? Jock reshared her story with a simple caption, "Facts." By this point, Kendra was completely silent. Scrappy had gone dark. Jock had become the voice of the scandal. But fans weren't satisfied. They wanted closure. Is Jock going to file for divorce? Would he confront Kendra face-to-face on camera? Was VH1 going to film all of this for the next season? The tension hit its peak when Jock ended his final live with one chilling line. "This ain't over. They think I'm walking away?" Quietly, they got another thing coming. The next move. It's gonna shock y'all even more than this. And with that, the screen went black. The cliffhanger left fans screaming. Some begged Jock to go full legal. Others speculated he might expose even more celebrities caught in the crossfire. Rumors spread like wildfire that Jock had other names, other receipts, and that this was only the beginning of a much larger betrayal saga. Atlanta nightlife. Insiders started whispering, maybe this wasn't just a messy love triangle. Maybe it was part of a whole underground scandal involving multiple couples. Multiple secrets, and Jock was about to drag everyone down with him. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. Jock shattered the image of his marriage and his friendship. Live in front of millions. And in doing so, he set the stage for one of the most dramatic, unforgettable reality TV fallouts of all time. The receipts weren't just nasty. They were career-ending, life-changing, and marriage-destroying. Yet, Jock still insists there's more. So now fans are left wondering if this was the warm-up. What's the final card Jock is holding close to his chest? Because the way this scandal is going, the next drop could shake not just love and hip-hop, but the entire culture. And there you have it, y'all. Scandal so raw, so shocking, and so heartbreaking that it feels like the whole ATL just flipped upside down. We watched young Jock break down, we heard Scrappy incriminate himself, and we saw Kendra's carefully built image crumble under the weight of receipts no one can deny. From hotel bills to late-night voicemails, from leaked texts to private investigator photos, this wasn't just gossip. This was betrayal caught in 4K. But the truth is, this story is far from over. Jock has promised there's even more evidence. Scrappy is still silent, and Kendra, her lawyer voice isn't saving her this time. Which means the next chapter could be even darker than what we've already seen. Now, I've got to hear from you. Do you think Jock was right to take this public? Should he forgive Kendra, walk away, and never look back? And what about Scrappy? Did he just end his friendship and his career in one move? Or can he somehow claw his way out of this? Drop your unfiltered thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. And trust me, your voice matters in this story. Smash that like button if you believe Jock deserves better. Hit subscribe and turn on your notifications, because the next chapter of this messy ATL drama is coming soon. And you don't want to miss a single twist. This isn't just a history in the making. Atlanta will never be the same after this. And the receipts aren't done dropping. Stay locked in, because the storm has only just begun.